Well, Fay Myers, 1948, rented or bought a little open-air market building, and he started selling various types of bikes out of there. He had this 1912 Harley, and he bought the Triumph franchise from a man named Ray Cook on West Colfax, who had a Harley dealership. And then he traded this Harley to Ray Cook for the Triumph sign. And this wasn't an illuminated sign or anything. It was just a sign. It's a pretty good deal for Ray Cook. So that went on. That was 1948-ish, maybe 49. That went on, and we kind of lost track of the bike. I don't know how long Ray Cook had it and so forth. But later on, several years later, I think it was 97, one of my customers approached me and told me that he had that Harley and wanted to know if we'd be interested in buying it back from him. Well, Gary Myers owned the store at the time, was over in Utah riding his bicycle, and so I called him and I said that the old Harley showed up, and I said, "Do you want it?" And he told me to get it. And I said, "Do we have any limits here? Do I trade the building or your house or what?" And he says, "No, just get it." So we had it, and a couple of us rode it around the parking lot. It ran. It still had the original paint on it. Not a whole lot of it was on there, but what was all original. And so anyway, we had that on display in front of the building, and then in 2002, second day of January, we had a massive fire that burnt the store down. And one of the firemen came in the shop a lot, and he knew where that Harley was sitting on the east side of the showroom. So he focused a lot of water on it. So it still, burnt the tires off. It melded all the solder that held the tanks and everything together. So we contacted somebody. It's actually, I think 3 different people worked on it. They restored it. Well, it's a single cylinder. It's a 1912 Harley. It was the first year they actually had a clutch on them. Before it was kind of an assist to the pedals. But this one's a single cylinder. It weighs 356 pounds or something like that, depending on where you read. Basically, compared to the new one, it's a 500cc bike. But, in 1912, look at the cars we had and so forth. And Harley, I think they made their first bike in 1903, and it was just basically a bicycle with a motor on it. So this is more of a motorcycle, some suspension and so forth, a little more comfortable, and a nice noise to it.